So how do families pay? How do they pay their family contribution and possibly additional amounts? Well, at VSAC, we split that down into 3 different portions: past income, present income, and future income. Past income would be things like savings that the student or the parents might have, or a college savings plan that's saved for the student either by the parents or by someone else. As a way families can use present income to pay for college, they might use a payment plan where they pay monthly in order to pay off that year's bill. Families can also apply for tax credits if they qualify and use that money to pay for a future semester's costs. Additionally, students can apply for scholarships to help pay. Future income is basically borrowing, and so parents or students could borrow federal loans and agree to pay those back, or they could also have other borrowing options such as non-federal alternative loans that students or parents can borrow through nonprofit lenders such as VSAC, commercial banks, or credit unions. Additionally, families may have other borrowing options that we aren't exploring here, but they should look into all the possibilities. When one of these elements is eliminated, for instance, if a family does not have any savings, then they'll have to rely on some of the other portions. So if they don't have past income, they rely more heavily on present and future income. If a family doesn't have the ability to borrow, then the student might be relying more on past and present income in order to pay costs. There are many loan options available for students and for parents as part of this process. Students should accept federal loans first, and those federal loans come from the student's college. The interest rate changes each June 1st for the upcoming school year. So the interest rate that we have listed on this form is for the 2017-18 school year, and that will be updated each year. In addition, colleges may allow families to borrow a Federal Plus loan for students, which has a different interest rate. And VSAC has non-federal loans such as the Vermont Advantage for students or the Vermont Advantage for parents that have different interest rates depending on when repayment begins. Finally, there are many non-federal loans offered by nonprofit organizations, banks, credit unions, and other private lenders, and families should research and compare loans to figure out the best borrowing option for them. Federal student loans are often awarded to students through the college's financial aid office, but they come from the federal government. These are called direct subsidized or unsubsidized loans. There are maximums that students can borrow based on their year in college. A student who has less than 30 college credits earned is eligible to borrow a maximum of $5,500 a year. The next year, they're eligible to borrow $6,500. And then the junior and senior year, the maximum is $7,500 each year. This cumulative borrowed means that the student is borrowing each year, and by the time they're done, they may have borrowed about $27,000 in federal direct subsidized and unsubsidized loans. The difference between subsidized and unsubsidized is based on the student's financial need. A subsidized loan, the government will pay the interest while the student's in school. And for an unsubsidized loan, the student is responsible for the interest while they're in school.